Hello survivors, and welcome to episode 8 of our Overlord series. In today's video we are playing on the Elementalist, and this one is going to be a banger. Now as you can see, our runes, we are running Weapon Expert, Endless Refill and Reroll Mastery, Sure-Footed, Divine Legacy, Synergetic and Multicast Mastery. Now although we are playing with his 4th weapon, we are not going to be using poison or these weapons at all. We are actually going to be looking for Frozen Warhammer, Avalanche, Blizzard, Frostbolt, and all of the Ice skills, as well as 1 or 2 Earth skills. So we're going to use 4 Ice, 2 Earth. The 2 Earth are Earthquake and Earth Shield, and then we are going to run 4 Ice skills so that we get the area skill types as well as Ice and Earth. So let's get straight into it, see how this goes, and I'm sure we are going to have a fantastic time. Now of course, using poison and all of that, just beware, just make sure that you're not going to land up putting too much points into poison. You don't actually really want to. You want to make sure that you're playing with the cold or ice to earth, so we are going to have to try and get as much ice and earth as quickly as possible, otherwise we're going to end up getting poison to whatever, or poison hits, all hits cause poison and all that stuff. We are happy to take the touch of ice, the stuff that you put into your drinks to make it cold. We're going to take a lot of that just so that we get that extra slow on hit, so that our Frozen Warhammer will be doing a lot more damage. Alright, so here we are again. We don't want things like that, so we're going to grab the magnetic. Here's Avalanche, which is beautiful. Banish, our Leviathan. There's a touch of ice. We don't need the damage over there. We're actually going to re-roll it. We can get Elemental Overload. That is actually quite nice, because picking up all of our orbs over here do actually help us quite a bit with the status effects as well as random damage, so it's not a bad thing to pick them up. It actually can be quite helpful. Alright, Frozen Warhammer, nice and early. We're not going to grab this because we aren't keeping the nature, so it doesn't make sense to keep it. So we'll grab another magnetic, and then we'll grab the movement speed. Again, we're just using this weapon for the stats. If you don't want to start with poison, you can go and use the second weapon that starts off with ice, and then you'll obviously be in a better place for upgrades and things like that. So it's really up to you. It just depends on how you're feeling, but the stats that you get for this weapon, from what I saw, were the best for what I want to use it for, so that's why we did it. Alright, we're going to reroll over here. There's Frostbolt. We'll grab Frostbolt for now. We might not land up using it. Damage on Frozen Warhammer. There's our Blizzard. All attacks are slow, and we are already in a fantastic place now. Now the only thing is we are waiting for our Earth skills, but while we're waiting for them, I think we're going to be very, very strong. There's Earthquake and Earth Shield, so we're actually fantastic over here. We get that, we're in a good place. Ice and Slam. Now the problem with Ice and Slam is this is the only skill that is Ice and Slam, so it doesn't really help doing it because it's not going to work. Oh, no, that's skill chain. It will work. Every time you use Ice, it will use Slam. So we can actually take that. Sorry, I was thinking of those other passives that go from like Ice to Slam. That was very bad of me. I nearly scrooged up there. Alright, we're gonna just try and get Avalanche to hit as many of them as possible. Then have our Frozen Warhammer bonk them on the head. Right, now we can go other things. Let's see, do we have everything we wanted? I think we do. We'll just wait a little bit longer because maybe there isn't. But now we do, like we've been doing on every other one. We are going to grab as much. We could go another area. but the cooldown is higher. Oh, but it does apply slow every second. You know what, we'll do it. We'll do it instead of Frostbolt. And then this will go over there, but we want the damage. And then we get area of effect for physical, which we don't want. We're actually going to go and banish that. Oh, is this physical magical? No, it's not. Okay, we need to lock this and re-roll. That's much better. So lock that, go there, lock that, go there, go there. Fantastic. Grab ourselves the cast frequency, and that is a beautiful upgrade to see at the first set of bosses for area of effect as well as damage. So this should go a lot faster now. A little bit of a dangerous one over here, but as soon as we start getting more upgrades, you'll see that the bosses start dying a lot faster. Ooh, nice multicast over there. We can reroll, get that over there. I could have gone for the area of effect on Ice Vortex, but mistakes were made. Now this one is one, again, a lot of the builds are quite slow in the beginning. It's just how they are, especially on this danger level. If we were playing on another map, it would probably be a lot faster, but because we do have to kind of, you know, ramp up our damage, get all of those juicy upgrades and things like that, we do have to kind of take it slow and get those upgrades. And once we start getting them, once we get them all, and we start getting less cast frequency, or more cast frequency in this case, then you'll start seeing a lot of damage, like over there when we get a skill chain and a multicast. It just makes things that much better for us. So we don't need damage over here. We're going to go and reroll. Multicast is actually fine, area of effect's good, and we can grab ourselves, I don't know if we'll need the crit chance, but we'll grab it just in case, just in the beginning to give us that little bit extra. You know, you never know if you're going to crit or not, but we do need crit multi, so we will look at that. We can go for area of effect on Avalanche. Getting the snowballs to overlap just means more slows, which means that Frozen Warhammer will hit much harder. So let's go. Nearly dead. Again, it's the Eternal Guardian left alive. Fantastic. So we actually have a double whammy. We've got Ice Vortex and Frozen Warhammer. So as long as we get enough area of effect, I think we are going to do a whack ton of damage with both of them. So getting ourselves damage on Ice Vortex is perfectly fine, but we do want to try and focus more on our Frozen Warhammer. Damage on Earthquake is also very good, and then we go get the slow over there, going to be very, very powerful. And then you just run around picking up all of your orbs. Again, they are going to help you. They do clear out a lot of the mobs for us, and they're going to make things a lot easier. As you can see, they're going to spawn the bosses faster for us, they're going to kill things quickly, and we are going to be in a fantastic spot. Now I am keeping the graphics up quite high right now, just to make it so you can see why we land up removing them. Also just so you can see that, you know, it is possible to play with them on, but it does make it harder to dodge area of effect spells. So you don't always want to play with your graphics on all the way, as beautiful as the game looks with them on. Okay, we need to just move away from there. We don't want to lose any lives, if possible. We do have Earth Shield though, so if we do take damage, we will be healing back up at least, so that's really good. Oh, we got one tapped. You know, just when I said I don't want to lose any lives, we go and get one tap like that. Alright, we're going to lock that, grab that. Here, skill chain, ask to slam again. We get the damage for physical. Why am I getting damage for physical? Alright, we'll grab that. We'll grab that. We'll grab the multicast for our Earthquake. And I think we need a cast frequency upgrade on our Frozen Warhammer. Oh man, I can't believe we actually ended up losing a life over there. That is not good for us at all. Okay, grab more life because of course we actually need more, as you have seen. I don't feel like we're getting enough Sub-Zero and Earth Attunement upgrades yet, and that could be what the problem is. Because we're not getting upgrades to our Earth Shield as well as to our other Ice skills, and we are not doing as much damage as I would hope to do. Alright, so we're going to have to turn down the graphics a little bit because we need to see what's happening over here. So we'll go to 40% just so that we can start seeing the red circles a little bit better from the bosses at least, and we should be a little bit better in a better spot now. We also have quite a lot of magnetic. I mean 50% is quite a decent amount, and I don't feel like we're a high enough level. Alright, we don't need damage over there, so we are not going to grab that. We can go area of effect there, slow to disarray, and then area on Earthquake will be fantastic. All those brittle stacks onto the enemies. Although I think if we're running EQ, that's actually probably bad to run EQ and Frozen Warhammer, but it is what it is. The only reason I took Ice Vortex is so that we have that slow implementation from it, because it does actually apply quite a few slow stacks, and the fact that it doesn't remove them is very good for us. Okay, we're just going to run away from all of that for a little bit. We've got a flamethrower and a laser on our head. I think what we really need right now is another dash. Okay, we still need lower cooldowns. Alright, so here's a Sub-Zero, that's perfect. I think we do need more of them. Ice to Earth, I don't know why everything's going the wrong way here. We need Earth to Ice. But we'll grab it anyway. Here we go, we finally get an Earth Attunement, so everything is going to get a whack ton of crits now. So that's fantastic, or at least 24% crit, which is a lot more than the common ones we can grab. I mean, we needed 6 commons to get the same amount of crit that we just got from one of those passives. So that's just, you know, trying to show you just how powerful they are and why it is so important to play with the synergy this patch, more than it is to try and be thematic. But I mean, you can still be thematic. You can see over here I am playing with only area skills, except for one of them, I believe it is. So you can still be very thematic in the builds. Just before the bosses spawn, we'll go and level up. I'm trying to get at least a 4th level, but it didn't look like it's happening. So let's level up over here. We get cast frequency. I'm actually going to lock it. 25 levels is 75, so we don't need it. There's a damage for area. Can't lock this anymore, unfortunately. The damage for the area is much better. we get damage increase for these. Again, it might be more beneficial not to go avalanche, because it doesn't give us, if we go frostbolt instead of avalanche, then everything is more magical. There'll only be one physical, and we don't get those physical upgrades. So it is an option to look at going, which is actually going to make a lot more sense to me now that I see it happening quite a lot. So as soon as you have 2 skills that are physical tag, you're going to see a lot of that physical, damage compared to the magical, which is what we're looking for. But there we did 10 minutes, guys. Let's get straight into the next area. But first, look at the skill breakdown. So Frozen Warhammer and Ice Vortex in the lead there, with Earthquake not far behind. But we'll see at about Overlord 3 or 4 just how strong this gets. So we'll see you there. We are now in Overlord Cycle 3, well, the end of it. I haven't looked at the skill breakdown, so here we are looking at it. Frozen Warhammer still in the lead. Blizzard has actually taken over Earthquake, which is really, really, really cool. But Frozen Warhammer definitely doing more damage than the Ice Vortex. Just so you can see, 544 damage, 364% damage. The one, they've got the same amount of crit, a decent amount of area, more multicast on the Ice Vortex. So just a little bit more damage makes a big difference. But you can see the damage per stack is probably what's pushing it that much more. And then you also get prowess from Frozen Warhammer. So if you didn't want to use Ice Vortex, you don't have to. It's not as strong. With regards to passives, we have been upgrading absolutely everything to do with cast frequency, multicast, all of those special upgrades like the earth to whatever. So multicast for lasting, which is all of those except for these two. We've got the damage for lasting, area for lasting, and things like that. But most of them that we're grabbing are these sub-zeros as well as the earth attunements. Every time I see it, we grab it because that's going to upgrade every single one of the skills. And then I banished absolutely everything else. I banished all of the fire damage, all of the poison. Every time I saw fire and poison, I banished it. We don't want to be using them. Yes, it's innate in the Elementalist, so I am going to be doing that damage, but I didn't want the pool to be, bloated with all of these upgrades. So every upgrade I wasn't going to be using, so everything like generic damage, generic crit, all of those we were removing from the game so that we were able to get more of the earth attunement and sub-zeros, because I was finding that I wasn't receiving them as upgrades, and it does make it so, there's a lot with the Elementalist and his skills that is going to bloat the skill pool. So you need to make sure you do banish things, otherwise you're not going to see the upgrades that you want to see, especially if you're playing Overlord cycles and things like that. So the sooner you do it, the better. As long as you are getting those these specialized upgrades, then you should be perfectly fine. We're going to go a bit of movement speed. As you can see, I don't have any more banishes. We can go for the touch of ice there. We're going to grab area, another one over here. Actually, we could go for chance of receiving elemental orbs. That's fine as well. Skill chain, we've got 29% from ice to earth. And then we've also got the sub-zeros over here. Earth attunement, multicast for frontal, which is fine. That's going to give Frozen Warhammer more multicast. Over here, we don't need anything that's right there, so we're just going to re-roll a bit and look for something epic or, rare or above. Cast frequency, you can see we aren't quite low cast frequencies for everything, but the lower we go, the better. I think we're okay with this. We can go for crits now, deal X amount. We are critting with every attack, and then we can go for damage over there and multicast on the Earthquake. So we are going to reroll. We have a whack ton of them. I mean, every time we level up 5 times, we are going to grab one, and so on and so forth. Rerolls, I mean, because of the runes that we're running. So every 5 levels, we grab a reroll. Every time we go into a portal, we grab 5 of them. So we have a whack ton of rerolls that we haven't been using, and we need to get to using them, as you can see, like this. So we would have banished crit chance if we had the opportunity to, but we didn't, so we got to keep going. More cast frequency over there. I thought we were about to start, so that's why I jumped like that. And then we can go for, see, the problem here again, we're getting a lot of damage for physical, which we don't want. We'll lock that. We grab the damage for magical, and keep going. So the damage for physical, although it does give us damage for 2 skills, I think Frozen Warhammer is magical and physical. We want everything to get the damage upgrade if we're going to grab it, so it just makes sense. There's no point in having the one skill that I'm not even wanting damage on, having that damage upgrade. But as you can see, we are able, as long as we don't get one shot, which we did in, I think, the first Overlord, just because of my movement being really bad. But as long as we stay alive and we're moving around things and everything like that, we got quite a lot of life, just so that we don't get one shot as well, we should be okay. Everything, we've got so much AoE that everything will end up dying on its own anyway, from like Ice Vortex and Blizzard, so that's really, really good there as well. So you can see everything dead, donezo. And let's move on to the next one, more Earth Attunement, a multicast for Sub-Zero. That's going to be massive. They're going to go from 212 or 308 over there to 388. We can go for area on Earthquake and do some damage on it, and then another Ice to Earth skill chain. Alright, Overlord 5, let's go. Only 2 more, this one and number 6, and we should be good. So this is actually more powerful than Sentinel, but I mean, I guess we know that because we've got the, damage for it, so slow to damage, and we've got 2 skills that do that as well. We've also got the Earthquake, where Sentinel doesn't really have any of these powers, so it does feel a lot weaker. There are ways to get these characters stronger, of course, when we're using skill mastery, but the whole point of this Overlord series is for us to go with their natural skills and see just how well they can do. It's also to just show you that every single character can pass the first stage of Overlord and get quite decently into the Overlord cycles with minimal effort, although some characters have been a lot more effort than others, to be honest. It's not necessarily minimal. Alright, so it looks like we might actually have to turn down the graphics all the way for this one, because that Frozen Warhammer is getting into my vision range now with the area of effect that it has. So we actually can get Merciless over here. I'm not sure, we haven't really been seeing it that much as an upgrade, but now all of a sudden we're seeing them. So we do want to grab some Merciless because we don't have any at all, and that's just going to help us. We're going to grab the damage. I don't think we need area anymore. I think we're at a good spot for area, so we're not going to worry about it too much. Grab more life. Again, just said we don't need area, but the armor is going to be very good over there. Multicast chance over there. Multicast on the Blizzard as well will be really, really good. So let's go and turn down everything. We'll go to 0.2, so it's on 20%, and that should make it a little bit, yeah, it does make it a lot easier for me to see what's happening over here, so that's good. And then just making sure that we are dodging absolutely everything, because anything that hits us is going to hit us hard, and we've only got Earth Shield doing the healing. We don't have much in terms of armor or block chance, so we do have to be careful. We do have 4 dodges. We were lucky enough to find 2 dodges, so that does make things a lot easier for us. But now we don't need to lose a lock because we are going to be seeing it. Reroll over here, we can go for a bit more armor. Damage of our, that's actually pretty cool, we'll go for that as well. Increased area of effect, why not? Damage for everything else. Skill chain over here, multicast for physical we don't need, so we're going to lock the skill chain and reroll there, and there's damage and multicast for our magical, which is everything but avalanche, which is fine for me. Okay, we need 2 more levels so that we can get our multicast as well as that. And grab that, and this is the final bosses of Wave 5, or Overlord 5, sorry, not Wave 5. Oh, look at their health just melts, it's beautiful to see, and we lost a life. Well, luckily we lost it right at the end, and here we are at Overlord 6. So that's alright, I'm sure we'll be able to do it. Again, we were just caught in the middle of nothing over there. So I'll take this as a success. The fact that we have Overlord 6 there in the top right corner is beautiful to me, so you know, you can't take that away. Let's see how good my dodging skills are, because they're going to have to be really, really good to finish Overlord 6. Unfortunately, the main skills, like, I mean, not the main skills, but your main time does affect it quite a lot. And the fact that it took us about 10 minutes to get into the Overlord cycles does affect how difficult this becomes. If we were a lot faster, like 6 minutes or so, we would be able to finish this a lot quicker. But because of that, and also it would be a lot easier, the enemies wouldn't have as much life. But because we took about 10 minutes to finish cycle 1, we struggle to now kill the bosses who have a whack ton more HP. So it does happen that way sometimes. It is going to happen, but the faster you're able to finish things, the better. We would have probably, I'm trying to think what skills would have worked really, really well with this. What other R skills we probably could have used that would have made things a lot better for us. But unfortunately, there you go, we got caught by an attack, and that left us dead and left our body slingshotting everywhere. So Earthquake actually, it looks like it took over. Wham bam, right at the end there. Even Blizzard doing a whack ton of damage. So Earthquake and Blizzard overtaking Frozen Warhammer right at the end, and Avalanche taking over Ice Vortex. Really, really interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed these stats, because that's something that's really cool to see. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.